Say this to the fire, get it, okay. Oh shit, marketing, hold on, this is hate caps, right? Marketing,
okay, let me send you this link.
Nigga got 2 out of 3.
Yeah, I like that Brock. I'm gonna keep that playbook. I like that little shit.
PBAJ with
He
one,
didn't. Did he accept this?
not a bad answer.
I didn't even accept this trade.
Okay, alright.
Now I'm talking about some other nigga.
Hold on.
Hey, we Gucci. Man.
I believe that Speed's little brother.
You can just see who opened them hoes.
I got a call. Jamal had applied to Sharia University. Now.
Did he play a game yet? Don't tell me he played.
Am I bugging? Did I see that? Hold on, gang. Hold on, let's see. Hold on. What did he apply under? What did Jamal apply under? Hold on. Mop CP did the fine you did. I see this now. I see it. I help you out. I'm trying to freaking help you out. I'm being dead ass, bro. As a brother, I'm
Yeah, go to chat and see like y'all who open on both of them all.
Fuck Street University at this point.
Let me see. I don't want these niggas to watch my live. They gonna get to see what the fuck I'm doing.
What is it about? It's about gaining connections. Streaming University is not teaching you how to stream. Yes, it's teaching you about getting connections, getting inspiring.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Here we go in a rematch of Super Bowl 48. The Seahawks and Broncos are underway. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Nix to throw right away. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. To throw, here's Nix. He completes it right side to White. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward.
2 yards, good enough for a first. Now it's Nix. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Throwing Nix. Flush to his right. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. Flushed out right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
First carry here for Ken Walker. Oh, a heck of a move. Gets through and now an opening through the middle of the field. Off to the races. Inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. He goes 86 yards there on the touchdown run. And the Seahawks are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. Fights off the tackle at the 20. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Here's Nix. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. A lot of work to get away and outside of the pocket, but no actual yardage there on the catch. It's second down. Nix to the air. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Nix from the shotgun. He'll buy some time right. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Seahawks are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Partner, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. And trying to find Jackson Smith and Jigba. And it's second down. From the gun, it's Walker. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to make it 4th down. Looking to throw. A throw left side, reeled in by the rookie wideout. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Forced out to his left. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second and 10. Back to throw again. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 14. Out of the gun, Walker with it. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Trey Greenlaw in there on the tackle.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Outright to Smith and Jigba. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave. Embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Seahawks have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Myers connects on the PAT. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you...
And oh, he coughed it up. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And so the last 3 drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing right now.
Without question, and we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football, number one, maybe they're not having this deficit. And number two, maybe they actually have the lead.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
Well, I mean, it hadn't been a picture-perfect first half for this defense to this point, but that's a big play to get them right back in the ballgame.
And I think that changes their mind frame. Now they're saying to themselves, hey, we're still in this. And even though our offense hasn't done anything, we've had our troubles on our own right, we still made a play right there that could change the course of this game. Great job delivering.
Lutz with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that one complete downfield to Kupp. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle. 51 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10.
He'll drop to throw.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else. Ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Seahawks are able to stretch out their lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 21-7. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you.
And all the way home for a Broncos score. Evan Ingram, 82 yards. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Lutz good on the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Walker. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks. Straight ahead, Walker. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Second and 5. Now that'll be caught by Cup. 7 yards there and a first down. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Now to the ground. Here's Walker. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
Myers' kick is good, and the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. A final shot before break. Nix toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I liked what they were able to do on the ground in the first half, because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 44-yard line. Running left is Walker. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 123 yards rushing for him now here in week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the third quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, worthy adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball. Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Second and 10. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Horton. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 4th down. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Running out of the gun with White. A little juke. Across midfield. He's on his way. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Rashad White, 78 yards. And the Broncos have got it back to within a score.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass. Let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground. And he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead will shrink to 6. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Not liking the look. They'll change the play. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Horton. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Rookie to rookie on the hookup there, and it's a first down. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Here's a 2nd and 7. This is Fant on the short completion. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Well, so often now we're praising tight ends for their nimbleness and how they catch the ball downfield. But occasionally we get a reminder that tight ends, they've got that tough guy aspect too. How about him catching that short one there, shaking off tacklers, and turning that into an expansive gain downfield.
Back to throw now on first down. Flushed out right. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to get the football back at their own 17. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious, so you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Throwing Nix. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They stay on the ground with White. And he'll get a couple up to the 29.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. To throw, here's Nix. Eluding the pressure right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
He didn't like what he saw downfield, decided his best course of action was to take off and run. And that ended up being a gamble that did not pay off for him. Now they would have to gamble again if they want to keep this series going.
They're going. It's Nix. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Walker now on 1st and 10. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. That is caught. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
To the right side, this is Walker. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Here's 2nd and 8, escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
He's back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 2nd and 6 coming up.
They'll look to throw. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long.
Back to throw. Flush to his right.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Hey, a little bit of an unconventional call there.
Yeah, but it worked, and how great was that? That's got to give them a lift in this situation.
Here now, 2nd and goal. White is into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown.
Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused, because they still have some work to do.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Being chased out left. He finds his man complete. That's Horton.
And he will get out of bounds here as well. What a play. Big yardage. They stop the clock, and they move it to the boundary of field goal range as well. All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Back to throw. Flushed out right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. I see you nodding your head up and down. That's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play, because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away. Live to fight another down.
He'll look to throw. Out to his left.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there, because they've been run ragged throughout.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see.
2nd down, goal to go. Walker will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Charles, that drive was perfect. Methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive, because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, but they made sure they bled the clock out as well and denied their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situational football to end this one.
They'll try and throw for it. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. This is 1st and 10. Here's Nix. Eluding the pressure right. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. CD, always a little extra excitement for week 1, and one of our early window games here in week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between week 1 and week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Seahawks, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for Denver, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home